Reverend Jesse Jackson. Keep Hope Alive, a very special edition today with Michael Jackson. People are listening all around the nation, all around the world. Just a kind of family talk with Michael. I've known him since he was like 7 years old, but the entire family. At some point in time, his father driving a station wagon with a U-Haul brought the guys by our office one day and asked if they'd be a warm-up act for Expo. And, of course, they were a warm-up act, but in fact, they set it on fire. And the Expo was never quite the same again. Matter of fact, Michael, we did the film Save the Children. That was a big hit, too.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I remember those times. It's a little cloudy, but I do remember it, Jesse, and I remember how wonderful you were to us, and I remember the love from the audience, and I could hear the screaming of the crowd, and I could see all the afros and the dashikis, and it was just a wonderful time. It was for a wonderful cause.
On that show was Marvin Gaye and Roberta Flack and the OJs and the Staple Singers and Cannonball Adderley. It was a huge deal.
That's an amazing, amazing list of people. That's some of the greatest talent ever. That's amazing.
We're going to re-release Save the Children sometime pretty soon, and people who missed that trip will really enjoy watching it. Michael, we think about the kind of rise from here when you were but a child, and then you went through your teenage years being tutored along. But then I remember another phase, I think it's another phase, when the Victory Tour occurred. At that time, you were a full-grown. All of your brothers and sisters were full-grown. And we met in Kansas City. Remember with your family?
Yeah.
We all had prayer together.
Yes,
the Victory Tour, describe that season.
The Victory Tour was one of the great pinnacles of my success, because Thriller had won more Grammys than any other album in the history of music. And it created so much phenomenon and such adulation and notoriety on a universal level that it was very, very hard to go anywhere, do anything without press and helicopters and people sleeping in your bushes and hiding in your trees. And it was just a phenomenal pinnacle. It really was. And then after all of that, I announced that I was going to tour and to perform those songs live in front of an audience. So the world was just going really, really wild at that time. And we did this tour that broke records all over America. We played stadiums. For instance, the setting record at Dodger Stadium before we played it was 1 show and a half by Elton John. We did 8 shows there, sold out, and they wanted another 2. So we did 8 sold-out shows there. But this happened all over America. The first city was Kansas City, and that's where we met with you, Jesse. And I remember you coming to the suite, and you gave prayer, and it was a beautiful thing. And it was just an amazing time. It really was. My dreams had come true.
Good. But Michael, in this life, they said some rain must fall. And you've had these seasons of just tailwinds, like pushing you forward. But life is of such, it's not a straight line. Some argue you're either in a storm or you're just leaving a storm and going to a storm. And it's not difficult to handle these sunshine, bright skies, tailwind days. But then these headwinds come that kind of test what you really are made of. It kind of tests your mettle, your true grit. And so you've had these high points. What do you consider to be the low point?
Probably the low point, the lowest point emotionally and experience probably what I'm going through.
in the sense, what about it has just kind of stung you?
What about it that what?
Has stung you, so to speak.
Use the word again.
Stung. I mean, it's kind of hurt you. You said it's a low point.
Yeah, just the pain of what I'm going through, to be accused of something where I know in my heart and in my experiences in life I'm totally innocent. And it's just very painful. But this has been kind of a pattern among black luminaries in this country.
And so since you're going through this and you feel the pain and you think it's a kind of pattern, how are you handling it spiritually? Because you go from being held so high and now your very character, your integrity is under attack. How are you handling it?
I'm I'm handling it by using other people in the past who have gone through this sort of thing. Mandela's story has given me a lot of strength, what he's gone through. The Jack Johnson story, which was on PBS, is on DVD now. It's called Unforgivable Blackness. It's an amazing story about this man from 1910 who was the heavyweight champion of the world and thrust into a society that didn't want to accept his position and his lifestyle and what they put him through and how they changed laws to imprison the man, to put him away behind bars just to get him some kind of way. And Muhammad Ali's story, all these great, Jesse Owens' story, all these stories that I can go back in history and read about give me strength, Jesse. Your story gives me strength, what you went through. Because I came in at the tail end of the civil rights movement. I didn't get to really, I'm a 70s child, really. But I got at the tail end of the civil rights movement. I got to see it, you know?
And so you've had these hits. And people that you have embraced are now facing you in court on a daily basis. How does your spirit handle that?
I gain strength from God. I believe in Jehovah God very much, and I gain strength from the fact that I know I'm innocent. None of these stories are true. They're totally fabricated, and it's very sad, and it's very, very painful. And I pray a lot, and that's how I deal with it. And I'm a strong person. I'm a warrior, and I know what's inside of me. I'm a fighter. But it's very painful. At the end of the day, I'm still human. You know, I'm still a human being. So it does hurt very, very, very much.